Welcome everyone back to movie reviews with me, Joseph. Welcome back to 55 Fandom, Series 1, Episode 3. Today we are reviewing The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And oh boy, did this show not disappoint. Let's get into it right now. Alright, so my WandaVision review is coming and Loki is starting very soon, so the WandaVision review will be with you a few weeks from now. The show was so huge, WandaVision for me was so much bigger. The review at the minute is like an hour long. This one's probably going to only be about 15 minutes at the most. Let's get going. Series 1, Episode 1 was amazing, right? We get the first scene. It's not like WandaVision where it's crazy at the start. It's more down to earth, and I appreciate that. The first scene, Sam with the shield that Steve Rogers gave him at the end of Endgame, and the first thing he does with it is he gives it to a museum and to show, look, I don't want to be Captain America. And to me, it was very like, oh, okay. And then when we skip to the end of Episode 1, the government stab him in the back, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, your new Captain America. The way John Walker entered the show, his face is hidden at the start, and he shakes someone's hand, and then you get the shield, and then he takes the shield down, and you see his face, and that wink at the camera just made me go, no. It was so perfectly filmed and written. I did let Sam actually add backstory with all these TV shows. You know, characters who were the side characters to our main characters now get fleshed out. So we get more attached to Falcon. We get more attached to his family background and what he fights for, why he fights, why he stuck with Cap, and why he is who he is. Bucky was incredible. Sebastian Stan is amazing. I love Sebastian Stan. The way Bucky's trying to move on. I loved that Bucky had a therapist. That's so clever. I loved a bit where she goes, what are the 3 rules? And at the end, he goes, I have to say that I am no longer the Winter Soldier. I am James Buchanan Barnes, and you are part of my whatever it was to make amends. And then he smiles at the people in the car, and then you get a close-up of him in the therapy room, and he smiles. Because Bucky doesn't know how to smile properly anymore. Bucky was handled amazingly. And, you know, a lot of people going, oh, why didn't Bucky and Sam meet in the first episode? The first episode is to flesh out their characters separately before they meet. So, episode 1, you know, it's a great episode. That's all I got to say about it. Episode 2 is more of a John Walker episode. You know, some backstory and how him and Lamar were kind of picked. I kind of liked the character until the end of episode 2. The comedic timing with them, it's so funny. And you know, he goes, well, who are you fighting now, Gandalf? And Sam stops and he goes, how do you know about Gandalf? And Bucky goes, I read The Hobbit. I think it was in 1983 when it first came out. And stuff like that. And then when the Flag Smashers break Wedge Ring, and Bucky goes, you don't know how long I've been wanting to do that for. The Flag Smashers, they were good. I don't think they were the best part of the show, though. But they were okay. That's kind of all I have to say about them. I wish I had a bit more to say about the Flag Smashers, but I really don't. But, you know, they served their purpose. Episode 3, Zemo, was amazing. Marvel released the Dancing Zemo cut. 1-hour version, which to me was brilliant. I'm gonna skip to episode 4. There's a main bit in episode 4 where John Walker takes the serum, right? We know, they don't outright confirm it, but we know. And Lamar dies. Carly kills him. And there's this bit, you know, where you go, oh no. And I shouted out, he's gonna snap, you know, and the music, is slowly creeping up, and he goes, Lamar. And you go, oh no. And then this guy, he's not innocent, but he didn't kill Lamar. And John just hits, he throws the shield, comes back to him, and the guy goes, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!" And you get this shot. You might have seen it already in the background video. He lifts up the shield, and bang! He pulls it down. Bang! Bang! Again! Bang! 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 And everyone is crowding around. It gets more intense. Banging, banging, more people are coming. And everyone gets their phones out. And then I'm like, oh my god. And then the darkest bit of Marvel comes. You get a shot of the shield. John's watching everyone. And the shield is full of blood. And they cut the episode. That single moment in the MCU, out of all the 10 years of film, out of everything, even though it was terrible, shocking, is my favourite MCU moment. And the way it's edited, the way it's shot, and the guy who gets killed by John earlier in the episode says, Captain America was my idol. I wanted to be like him. Which kind of foreshadows him being killed by his idol. Because that's what it was. He was killed by his hero. And I'm going to jump to episode 5. Episode 5 was good. Bucky gets the shield quite a few times. And he gets to handle it. He gets to throw a few punches with it. And I go, "Go on, Bucky!" And it was just really cool. Because even though Sam is Captain America, at least in the show, we got to see Bucky kind of throw down some punches with the shield. That was very cool, and I really appreciate Marvel for that. John went full psycho at this point, and he goes, on Falcon, and he goes, "I am Captain America." And he pulls off Falcon's wings, and he's about to do his signature move. He's about to smash it down on Falcon. Bucky comes in, elbows John off Falcon, and it's like, yes! I loved it. Episode 5 didn't have a lot of stuff, a lot of fight scenes, except for that. Episode 5, I think, was the most hyped up episode, because, everyone was anticipating what happens after episode 4. There was this bit where Sam's throwing the shield, and then Bucky's catching it, Bucky throws it, Sam catches it, and obviously Sam opens the case, and you go, oh, because all the comic book fans know what it is. Oh, it's the suit, and I'm getting really hyped, and then they cut the episode, obviously. So let's get into episode 6. It was very good. Sam's suit is probably the best thing, and his entrance as well. He smashes the glass, and then he rolls in. Shakali does die, which, meh. John Walker gets his US agent suit. It's so good. We kind of don't know where Sam's going to appear now, or Bucky for that matter. My bet is on Black Panther 2. That's another thing as well. Wakanda, I did not, because obviously the terrible passing of Chadwick Boseman, I didn't think they would do any Wakandan stuff. They did a load of Wakandan stuff. Dora Milaje, one of the funniest moments was, John Walker's trying to fight them, and Sam goes to Bucky, "We should do something." And Bucky, he's got a drink in his hand. He goes, "Looking strong, John." And that, to me, that's one of my favourite lines in the whole thing. And then Sam goes, "Bucky." And they take his arm off. The Dora Milaje take his metal arm off. The way Sam handles the shield as well, it's very different to Steve. They have very different shield styles. There's this bit in the show where he's trying to save people from a helicopter crash. And he's in the air, and he takes the shield by the side, and he throws it in a circle. And that was much different to Steve. Steve would never throw the shield like that, so that was really cool. They don't openly say that Steve's dead as well. They just say, "Oh yeah, Steve's gone." They just go, "Oh yeah, Steve's gone. Could he have gone to space to live with Nick Fury on the Sword Station?" Thank you for listening to me. I really do appreciate you. And, thank you for listening to my long review. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.